You know, I really don't think I have a lot to look forward to with this. I mean, this is based off the same engine of Order of the Phoenix, which is a bad game. I mean, I was considering not getting this for the Wii and getting it on the PS2 instead. But I couldn't find a PS2 version, so I had to get the Wii version. Please don't let me regret this, EA.
On the bright side, at least I get the actual box. That hasn't happened for a month. Okay, let's just play this. Let me settle something. I consider Half-Blood Prince to be both the worst book and the worst movie that J.K. Rowling put out. But then again, the book's still great and the movie's adequate. As for the game, well, I can say it's not the worst Harry Potter game, but, well, that's not saying much considering what we've reviewed. Whatever, let's get this over with. Graphically, it's about the same as Order of the Phoenix, and I guess that's a modest compliment. But the voice acting for some people is pretty bad. Especially Hermione, who sounds nothing like she did in Order of the Phoenix. And then there's Bellatrix.
Will you, Severus Snape, swear to watch over Draco? Will you swear that if Draco fails...
No. Where's the real actress, Bellatrix?
Spellcasting works way better than it did in Order of the Phoenix. You really only have 3 spells this time. Reparo, which you'll almost never use, Incendio, which you'll almost never use, and Wingardium Leviosa, which you'll use the most out of the 3, but you'll still rarely use it, which I don't really have an issue with. And since I'm on the subject of controls, I very much welcome a dash button, in which Harry will all-out sprint until you reach a turn. And if you're following someone, they'll sprint too, which is great. So, the controls when playing just as Harry are a huge improvement over Order of the Phoenix, especially with spellcasting. I also like the inclusion of Nearly Headless Nick, who will guide you wherever you need to go. Order of the Phoenix had some small footsteps, and while they did help, they could get hard to see, so I appreciate this improvement as well. But in terms of mission setup, I think Order of the Phoenix blows Half-Blood Prince out of the water. One of the saving graces of Order of the Phoenix was that 2 times there were multiple missions throughout Hogwarts, and you got to choose which ones you wanted to take first. I didn't mention this in my review because I didn't realize how much I appreciated it until I played Half-Blood Prince, which always just has 1 mission at a time. It's no huge deal, but I have to admit, it did stand out a bit for me. Another thing that Order of the Phoenix did better was the exploration factor. Even though I said traveling around the castle was a pain, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't satisfying in some inexplicable way. Half-Blood Prince, well, there's a lot less exploration. I don't mind the castle being locked off in parts, but there's so much of the castle that you don't explore in the story mode, so it makes me wonder why it was there. Order of the Phoenix took you just about everywhere, yet in Half-Blood Prince, you'll be visiting the same locations constantly. Again, it's no huge deal, but it does stand out a bit. Like I said earlier, you aren't going to be casting charms a whole lot, and there's no slow platforming, thank God they took that out. So, what is it you'll be doing around Hogwarts? Well, 3 things. First, you'll be dueling, which is awesome. You get a bunch of spells, and it works great. My only problem is that it's piss easy. I never lost a duel. Ever. Why? Well, here's a reenactment of my duel with the Ravenclaw champion.
Up you go.
You won! That was amazing!
Thank you. Be here all week. Oh, thank you. This is so sad.
In multiplayer, however, when opponents know how to dodge, well, it kicks ass. And this is the game's best feature, hands down. Next on the list is Quidditch, which is alright. All you do is fly through rings, or should I say, stars, and the action is mostly on rails. You can change your position a bit via the pointer controls, and it works alright, but sometimes my player gets stuck. It's also a bit overused, so it's not that much fun by the time you beat the game. Last and definitely least is potion making. Ugh. First, why was this included? I don't find just making potions fun at all. And you only have to do one thing at a time anyway, so it's not like Order Up, where you have to be strategic. Use the Wiimote to use all the actions. Some waggles involved, and it mostly works, except for stirring.
Come on! What am I... No, I'm going in the right direction. What do you want? No. I'm running out of time. Yes! Oh, that was too close. No! My sanctuary.
And that sums that up. It probably works better with analog sticks, and there could be something I'm doing wrong, but I still think potion making sucks. And that's it. You walk around, talk, fly, make potions, duel, and that's pretty much it. But I guess that those activities are better than Order of the Phoenix. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten to this game's biggest flaw. I beat it my first time through in less than 4 hours. Not kidding. And I don't really think the campaign is exhilarating enough to play through it time after time again. And, well, in terms of replay value, you can do more of the 3 main activities, but screw it. After the 4-hour campaign, even dueling will start to lose its appeal. Mostly because it's so dang easy. I never lost a duel, ever. There are 150 crests to find, and they do give you more stuff for the multiplayer dueling, so that's a step up from Order of the Phoenix, but I chose to skip these. And the portrait passages from Order of the Phoenix are not as fun, because, first of all, there aren't as many portraits, and they're just given you in the campaign without you having to do anything for them. So, that's not very replayable. Overall, Half-Blood Prince on the Wii is debatably better than Order of the Phoenix on Wii, but only barely, and that's not much of a victory. While the activities do feel like gameplay this time around, there's little to no interesting variety. You're just doing the same crap over and over throughout a ridiculously short campaign with no tangible replay value. The graphics are good, and the design of Hogwarts still does impress, even if it isn't correctly utilized, and the multiplayer is awesome. Quidditch is decent too, and the voice acting is, once more, very fun to listen to, especially since it sucks. And the spell controls work very well this time. They even were nice enough to allow me to skip the end credits, probably because no one in their right mind would want their names attached to this. If you want to roam around Hogwarts, this game is the lesser of the two evils on Wii, but it can get really boring. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 10.
What happened, EA? Your first Harry Potter game on a console kicked ass! And now we're getting all this stuff. It's gimmicky, it's boring. Why? It's not that hard to make a good Harry Potter game. You proved that! Well, we only have 2 games left. 2 chances for you to redeem yourself. So next up, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.